Hi, Cyborg. How you doing? And don't worry, I knew you were there. I won't tell anybody. Oh, that is a big mood right there. I hope you feel better soon, Cyborg. Hello, Tids. How you doing?
Hello there.
Welcome in. Hello, RNG. How you doing today? Welcome in. I'm just setting some stuff up on my wet palette, which, because I haven't got the right size foam, is less of a wet palette than it should be. Unfortunately. But we knew that was a possibility. It's a very definite lesson for us to have learnt there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tids. I hope that the flare-up ceases soon and that you can get back to doing the things that you love. The moist plate, the damp slab.
Hero Quest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Hi, Cypher. Welcome in. How you doing?
Oh no, Mormons!
Okay, I think we're in a good position to get started. So... Oh, bless you, RNG. I hope you feel better soon as well. Had a bit of a mental health blip earlier, but feeling better now. I'm glad you're feeling better now, Cypher. Sounds like you're all having a bit of a rough week, and I'm really sorry to hear that. But I hope the week improves for you from here on out. Jukebox is running, hopefully. So feel free to put whatever music you'd like in. Something, what a week, huh? But Tids, it's only Wednesday. Hmm. Oh, bless you, Cypher. Who's that? I'd really like to follow them. In all seriousness, though, thank you very much. That's very sweet of you to say. I've got to admit, I'm kind of at a loss as to what to do next with our little friend here. I'm just going over some bits of the kimono just to give them a bit more depth. Good, the jukebox is working. Just checking that the image that you've got is all right. It looks okay to me. I'm sorry if I'm not as chatty as usual today, by the way, folks. We've got a new teammate started on Monday, and she's based in America, so time zone difficulties. Still not getting music. You should be. That's weird. Odd. Very odd. Okay. Well, let's pause that. And it's always nice to have to start a stream with some tech support, isn't it? Oh. Might have found the problem. Don't know why it would have done that though. It looks like OBS has deleted my music output from this scene, and this scene alone. Okay. Can you hear it now? There we go. Right. Oh, it skipped it back completely. Okay. I was going to skip it back to the beginning of the track so that Cyborg got his entire token's worth, but now you have to listen to Carly Rae Jepsen with me. So, I mean, I'm fine with this. You might not be. It's quiet, though. We can fix that. How's that? Oh, maybe too loud. A hair loud. How about there? Beautiful. Excuse me a second, folks. Something just fell off the wall and scared the shit out of the dog. Please enjoy the musical stylings of the immutable Miss Jepson while I deal with it. Scare you, baby. Sorted. I don't know how much of that you saw. Basically, I've got these little cork boards stuck to the side of one of my shelves. Oh, man. You want to go out? Go out. And one of them had just fallen off of the shelf, and the badges that were stuck in it fell out of it. And Porthos was standing right behind my chair, right between me and the bookshelf when it fell. He just, without literally shitting himself, basically shat himself. Hello, Grox. How you doing? Okay, so you don't want to go out into the hallway. You just wanted me to open the door so that you have the option to go out into the hallway, and so that I get in trouble with Slow for making too much noise. Yeah, okay. Door's being shut then. Honestly, this dog's worse than a cat sometimes. I'm just gonna check that. I thought as much. I'm going to pause the music for a second because skipping back to the beginning of Parade has taken Parade out of the queue. There we go. Nearly lost out there, Cyborg, but it's sorted now. Okay, where were we? I probably should have kept the box nearby because I'm not very good at hedgehogs. Like raccoons, I know their colorations off by heart now, thanks to painting the Ghostbuster raccoons. You do the same thing often enough and it, muscle memory. But this is the first hedgehog I've ever painted that wasn't, blue. And he doesn't really count. Ah, right, okay. I now have a hedge pig to base my colorations on. See? They are indeed a friend and a boy. Okay. So we could do more detailing, but I don't think that's a smart idea. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get the colours that I picked out for their tummy and for their nose. As a reminder, we've got Skeleton Bone by Army Painter and Elfic Flesh by Vallejo. Cypher story time. Just after I met the husband, I was living on my own and using contact lenses. Sat on my computer in the living room when I heard an almighty smash from upstairs, the sound of breaking glass. Oh, okay. I'm invested. What's the rest of the story? Come on, Cypher. Oh, that's plugged up. Went upstairs to find the bathroom mirror had fallen off the wall, smashing my backup glasses. Oh, God. That's unfortunate in a number of ways. Like, if you're superstitious, then that's 7 years bad luck right there. And, you know, it started off by smashing your glasses, which are not cheap things to replace. Further investigation, I found it had been held up with thumbtacks. Oh my god. I hate stuff like that. That sounds like the kind of thing that would have happened at my old place. And I know a long time ago, Slow told everybody the story of what we found in the fuse box when the power went one time. But for anybody that wasn't there for that story, the electrics in our old house before we moved here were very old. They were the original electrics from when it was a council house in the 50s. And the previous owners... Hello, Kian. How you doing? Welcome on in. The previous owners had kind of bodged together a solution to most of the problems that they'd found in the house instead of getting proper repairs done or anything like that. And one of the solutions they'd found to a problem was that when a fuse kept tripping, instead of getting a new fuse, they got some tin foil and wrapped the existing fuse in tin foil and then shoved it back into the fuse box. And that's why our electrics kept tripping. We fixed that. Obviously. There's no way, living with an electrician, that I could have that continue. I'm going to use this skeleton bone for the shell as well, though I might put a pearlescent colour over the top of that. Thank you. Now I am filled with incandescent rage, just like that fuse was. I'm sorry, Tids. I'm doing okay, thank you. Ian. Quite tired. Oh, brilliant, Cyborg. Sounds like perfect positioning, that does. So because I've got something in the way of the tummy, I'm probably gonna be a little bit more... Lazy's not the right word. Relaxed about how I paint stuff in this general area. Because that shell is in just the right place to stop my brush from getting where I want it to a lot of the time. Oh yeah, that's fair, Tids. Slow was the same when he found out. Like he was so angry. Speaking of electrics, some of you will have seen on Twitter this morning that our kettle's kicked the bucket. Um, Looks like it's actually a fault with the plug it was plugged into. Um, so new kettle on the way. Also socket tester. So that we can see if it was that socket or if we just didn't notice that the old place had caused the kettle damage. Um, I think the same could be said of most RPs, to be fair, Cyborg. About being hit and miss. And there are a lot of expansions, and not all of them official ones for it, yeah. But that's because it's such a well-known and easily accessible RP. There are some places where D&D is about all you've got access to. Previous owner had wrapped a power wire around the whole water pipe direct from the... Oh my god. Roof collapse was a leaking shower. Oof, yeah, they can be problematic if they're not dealt with quickly. Excuse me a second, folks. Okay, no, it's just the way I'm looking at it. Hello, Buff. How you doing? Welcome on in. That's fair, Cyborg. Indie systems are great, but I'll say this much. Without things like D&D and the 40k RPs that Fantasy Flight did, I never would have gotten into RPing in the first place. And I think it's safe to say that that's the case for a lot of people that RP. So they may not be to everyone's taste once, you find a thing that appeals to you specifically in the indie space. But for a lot of us, those big name ones are our gateway. I recognise the name, but I can't think why, Cypher. You're going to have to give me a bit more detail before I can go, oh, okay, grats to them, or not. Yeah, Dark Heresy was my first RP as well, Cyborg, and I had no fucking clue what I was doing, because it was before I was really ingrained in Warhammer at all. But my friends in the group sort of explained things to me as we went along, and it got me interested in RPing, because I had fun despite not knowing what the fuck I was doing. Ah, that's why I recognise the name. Well, in that case, congratulations, Ian Livingston.
Torpor 120 has been a sub for 9 months. Very naughty. Buff Grinch 123 gifted a tier 1 sub to Torpor 120.
Buff, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Torpor. That's very sweet of you. Torpor, please enjoy the emotes. So I'm just going to paint over the whole face and then I'll touch in details that are meant to be a different colour later. Which is probably not what I'm supposed to do, but meh, when do I ever do anything the way I'm supposed to? Got a rogue bristle again. I'm just going to make some quick adjustments to the camera because it's bugging me at the moment. Yeah, I thought as much. Where I want to hold it, it's out of focus, so we're just going to quickly adjust that. Okay, and I'm going to zoom it in a bit so that you've got a better view of what's going on. There you go. I need to practice sitting properly when I'm doing this as well, because I'm hurting my shoulders by not sitting properly.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Start with D&D, but I found systems I like more, such as Cyberpunk Red and MechWarrior Destiny. Yeah, that's fair. Wrath and Glory D6 is great too. Yet to play World of Darkness, but I want to. Yeah, that's fair. I know a lot of people that play Vampire the Masquerade, and I'd be really interested. So I watched a fascinating documentary about the creation of VTM and the World of Darkness in general. And it's based on a lot of things that I really like. Let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. Torpor, thank you very much for the hydrate, the posture check, and the stretch, which I'm going to do in reverse order. Oh, you bucket. I have been at my desk almost all day. Like, I've come away from it to microwave some spaghetti, to get a drink, and to feed Porthos, and that's been it all day. Oh. I'm actually just going to roll my shoulders a bit as well, because I am really feeling it tonight. Mm. Though I'm also I'm back on my meds now, and while I've been off them, I've been having my symptoms like I had before. And it's been stopping slow from sleeping, so for the next week I'm sleeping on the couch, which probably isn't helping with the shoulder pain. Hydrate. Hydrate was the other thing I have to do. That's better. Right, have I forgotten anything? No, I think we're up to date now, aren't we? I am a bit warm though, so excuse me for a second.
Hello there.
Hello, Modhail. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. This is when I awkwardly try to remove my hoodie without pulling my top up with it. Oof. Honestly, it gets so warm in my office. It's the middle of winter, the radiator's switched off, and I'm baking. Well, it's not the middle of winter, but it's getting there, isn't it? Oh, that's better already. Ah, hello everyone. It's winter-ish. Yeah. Like, Slow's got the heating on, and he's got radiators in spaces he occupies turned up as far as I will allow him to have them turned up. And I'm just fucking melting. Awful. If you play or read the Chicago by Night module, I was part of the playtest group. Oh, that's so cool, Torpor. I bet that one's fab then. You've got a very discerning eye. I'm sure if anything had been out of place, you would have dealt with it. Okay, so the hedgehog's ears need to be a slightly different colour from the rest of their head. That looks kind of haunting at the moment, doesn't it? We need to get some depth in there, and then it won't look quite so horrifying. I think one of the things that puts a lot of painters off when they're first starting is that things look a hell of a lot worse before they look better. But that's kind of normal. This is a good tune. I like this. Just watched Uncharted, nice movie, but I got strangely annoyed at the mistreatment of fictional historical artifacts. That's fair. I love the Indiana Jones movies, but that man should be arrested. I think I need a little bit more water in my skeleton bone. It's a wet skeleton. That's better. Indiana Jones, Nathan Drake, Lara Croft, they should all be flogged and imprisoned for crimes against history and humanity. Entertaining to watch them commit said crimes, though. That it is. That it is. It's a good job I'm painting the shell this colour. Because I am getting skeleton bone all over the bloody thing. Oh, Porthos. Little mate. That one was horrendous. Excuse me, folks. There has been an assault on my senses. That one fucking burned my nostrils. I don't know how it didn't hurt you. Jesus Christ, dog. He's just lying there. He don't care. It's alright for some, innit? The joys of non-smell transmitting internet, indeed. Only slightly jealous. Oh, that's really annoying. I think you can all see that. You see that there? That's a mould line that I couldn't see until I put a pale colour on the miniature. It can't stay. I can't. I just can't let it stay. Where's my sharp thing? Ah, there. Oh, I didn't get the opportunity to say this last week because of various things, but to those that follow me on Twitter and got involved in Wib's little coordinated attack last week, I just wanted to say thank you very much for getting me over 1,000 followers on Twitter as it burns to the ground. Thanks, Elon. Finally hit 1k and Elon Musk is destroying Twitter. So now I'll have to do it all over again somewhere else. But in all seriousness, thank you very much to those of you that were already following, that have followed as part of that little push that we made, and thank you to those that retweeted his tweet as well. You cheeky fuckers. I'm so gutted. I'm just destroying this poor creature's face. Can't believe that. Okay, I think I've dealt with it. That he is torpor. Twitter would be better under the Cylons. Wow, that's brutal, but not inaccurate. Yeah, my primer's dead. So only a very, very little bit of this wet palette paper has actually done the thing that it's supposed to do because of the foam not being the right size. So I've lost anything that's not in this direct circle, and even some of the stuff in the direct circle is a bit worse for wear. It's odd. So that just came out as water, like vaguely grey water, which is not what primer's supposed to look like. It was indicative that I needed to give the bottle a shake. That's better. I just want a very tiny bit of primer to cover up my shame. So glad this stuff is fast drying. Really, what you should do in this kind of situation is remove all of the paint from the miniature, like from the area that needs repainting. But I can't be bothered. At least Argon Moose is as miserable as we are due to his ownership. That's very true. I saw a very, very funny like Venn diagram meme earlier today. It was the correlation between Muskrat and Pennywise, and I retweeted it because I thought it was very funny. The only thing on it that I didn't agree with was that it said that they both have weird bodies, and frankly, I don't care how much of an arsehole he is. There are plenty of other things that you can pick on him for besides his body. Body shaming is never okay. Even when you're talking about a megalomaniacal arsehole. No, you didn't, Cyborg, but Slow did. Yeah, Pennywise has a perfectly fine body. I see what you did there, Modtail. But yeah, I just loved the fact that both owned by Stephen King. That made me laugh so much. I feel like I've missed something, but I know I haven't. I'm so spacey today. Sorry, folks. But yeah, thank you for getting me over the 1K mark. It was a point that I never thought I would get to. I mean, I never thought I'd be streaming on Twitch either, but, you know. I've watched it because I don't like clowns. That is completely fair, Kian. I have a friend who was given colrophobia by it, and there are a lot of people out there that actually have colrophobia because of Tim Curry's portrayal of Pennywise. For those that don't know, colrophobia is the fear of clowns. That's your word fact of the day. It is blamed for most clown fear, indeed. And that is fair. But the reason that, if I'm not mistaken, the reason Stephen King chose to make Pennywise appear as a clown was because people find clowns unnerving. So, you know, it's one of those things, it's kind of a chicken and egg situation. Like, definitely Pennywise is to blame for a lot of clown fear nowadays, but see, this is why you're supposed to remove the paint from the entire area, not just the affected area. But maybe our little friend has some scars. At least it gave them a fear of clowns and not a fear of Tim Curry. I mean, to be inflicted with a fear of Tim Curry would be a terrible life. Man's a treasure. Can you imagine not being able to watch Ferngully? Oh yeah, definitely Modhouse. And yes, I've looked at all sorts of weird shit in my spare time, so yes, I have seen them before. You know, the more I think about it, the more I realise I've hyperfixated on a lot of stuff over the years without realising that I hyperfixate on things. No Ferngully, no Red Alert, no Rocky Horror. No Pebble and the Penguin, because he plays the villain in that as well, which is a horrendously underrated Don Bluth film, I feel. No Clue. And I think we can all agree that Tim Curry is the best thing about Clue. Oh, and you wouldn't be able to watch Psych either, because he plays a really good character in that. My second most used GIF at work. If anybody's ever seen the GIF of Tim Curry sitting in a car going, "This makes me want to weep and then die," it's from a TV show called Psych, and he's referring to the car he sat in. It's such a great line. Miss White has some lovely lines, including like, "Yeah." But Tim Curry. I think he did, yeah, Tids. Fella's gotten around. Man is quietly prolific. He really is. Like, my first experience of Tim Curry was as Hexus in Ferngully. And I love that movie. It's so good. It's got Tim Curry singing a sultry villain song and Robin Williams rapping about being a bat. What more could you want from a movie? Oh, the Jonathan Young version of it's really good. Tim Curry and Robin Williams in one movie, pure fucking bliss. Exactly. Thought it would go straight for the Tim Curry one. Only if the Tim Curry one's actually on Spotify. Cyborg. Ferngully's one of those films that I've had on the list for yonks but never watched. Really, Tids, I highly recommend it. And when you watch it, try not to think, "Hey, isn't this the plot of Avatar?" Because when I watched Avatar at the cinema with my family, well, with my mum and some of our friends, I've sat there thinking to myself, "Hey, isn't this the plot of Ferngully?" But it's not got Robin Williams or Tim Curry in it, so therefore it's clearly inferior. Let me see if I can find the one you want, Kian. Are you looking for Left Behind by A Decayed March? Is that the one, Kian? Because it's that or Slipknot. So Ferngully is furry, non-shy avatar with Tim Curry and Robin Williams. That is the singular best in... Are you sure, Kian? Okay. I'll, Oh, that's what you're after. Yeah, I don't think that's on here. Or if it is, that's not what it's called. Or who it's by. Hang on. Where is... Okay, I'll sort the refund out for you later. I promise I won't forget. Because my Chrome tabs are all over Oki. But I will take that out of the queue. Are you sure, Kian? Okay. God, that's a film I've not thought about in a while, Torpor. Did that get the right track then? I guess it did. Longest title ever. I love the human tech in Avatar, but that's it. Yeah, the human tech's pretty good. But I feel like that's been done before as well. I might be wrong. I don't know. Like, I get that if you'd not seen things like Ferngully before, before you saw Avatar, then Avatar probably felt really fresh and original and exciting. And I'm not casting any shame or judgment or anything like that on anybody that actually likes it as a film. It's not a film that I'm bothered about, but I'm aware that I'm an outlier. I'm an outlier. I'm a big mecha fan, but I've never really wanted to watch Avatar. And I've watched the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar. I have also watched the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar. I was a big Last Airbender fan. Me and my mum used to watch it together. Oh no, that's a bit too bright. We need... oh fuck. Yeah, way too much paint there. Actually, this could work. So what I've done is I've removed the massive excess of paint that I had there with a small dry brush. It's a Citadel one. And I've ended up accidentally blending it into the spines at the top of their head. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's actually worked out better as a result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try using the dry brush to add a little bit of the elfic flesh rather than a lot. Though this dry brush is pretty fucking knackered, so this might not work. And I also can't fit it on the tum. There we go. This is really difficult. Avatar game was fun for an Xbox movie game. I've not played it. See, I didn't hate watch Shyamalan's Last Airbender because I'd followed the production to a certain extent, and I knew how much of an Avatar fan Shyamalan was. What I didn't know at the time, and learned later, was that the entire production was marred with Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon meddling. Like Shyamalan was given a certain amount of budget to do all 3 movies. He had no control over casting. He had no control over script, anything like that. And it had so many rewrites. It had so many just adjustments made to it. And he ended up going massively over budget on the first film. And they decided because he'd gone over budget on the first film, they weren't going to let him make the other 2. So all the setup that had been done to try and salvage that first movie fell flat because they never got a second film. Oh wow, everything on the palette is just dry. Hello, Rocket. We are talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who was a big fan of the series. Oh no. The dropper is stuck in the bottle. He was a big fan of the series. Watched it with his kids. Like they were all very heavily invested in it as a show. Oh dear. Okay, so it looks like this may have had a little accident between streams. Poor little dropper bottle. I'm actually going to leave the lid off of that so I can clean it without the dropper getting stuck again. Just going to put it over there. And I need a big brush for this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to really water that down. I don't know if this is going to work either. Ah, I see, Kian. Well, welcome back, and I'm sorry to hear that. I have a lot of problems with my teeth being sensitive. But in my case, I think it's largely because I haven't taken very good care of them. PSA, take care of your teeth, folks. Okay, this is working better than I thought it would. I'm pretty sure there was a Weird Al version of this song. Okay, it's not going exactly how I wanted it to, so... We're gonna pat it down a little bit to get some of the excess off. Actually, that's gonna work now, I think. Because what I wanted to do was kind of get like a little bit of a dusting of the teeth are honestly the worst. They really are. Like, they're so difficult to take care of. I don't understand how we as a species have gone from not knowing anything about dental hygiene or how to look after our teeth and, you know, somehow surviving long enough with or without them to needing to do the routines that we do. I know we've got a lot of processed food and sugar and stuff like that in our diets now that we didn't have before, but still, you know? Thoughts that keep Tan awake at night. Why teeth? Or more accurately, why, dear God, why teeth? Vampire dentist, that's amazing. I kind of love that. Should make an entire film about Magneto murdering Nazis. I'd watch that. Um, so the elfic flesh is way too pale to just use as is on top of the skeleton bone. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna mix some skeleton bone and some elfic flesh together. And I am just gonna mix it, like, I'm not gonna bother cleaning the brush between mixes, because all of this paint's gonna be dry by the next time I come to paint anyway. So even that with a bunch of skeleton bone in, still very bright. I sometimes find when I'm painting a miniature that, especially if it's an animal, if I leave the nose unpainted, I can't really see how it's going to look when it's done. And I can't tell if it will look good or not, if you see what I mean. Like, I have to paint the nose in to know if the rest of the face is going to look good. Okie dokie, Cypher. Why only 2 sets of teeth for an entire lifetime? I want to go the shark route and just grow new ones as the old ones wear out or get damaged. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can do that with fingernails, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh, and sorry if I'm missing stuff in chat as well, folks. It's difficult enough to keep on top of chat when I'm painting normally, but when I'm sleepy as well, it's really hard because I have to remember to keep looking at chat because it's not just directly in front of me. Because when I'm gaming, it is directly in front of me. Oops. Sorry, just batting the microphone. Mm. Nope. Too much. Okay, so instead of just applying the paint, I'm going to stipple it a little bit because I don't want this to go on evenly. Hedgehogs are very textury creatures, for want of a better description. This is where you can tell I'm sleepy because I'm making words up. Yeah, they have a lot of texture. And we don't want to lose that by just sort of blanket applying paint. So a little bit of stippling seems like a good plan. That, of course, relies on me not having too much paint on my brush as well. Making words up is how we got 100% of our language. Very true. A friend who has 3 sets of teeth. Do they keep them in a jar? Oh yeah, that's old paint too. Oh, no, I managed to get something out of it. That's good. Just gone for a little bit of the Doomball Brown, because that's really nice and ruddy. Little paint as possible on my brush. And just stipple. There we go. That's the effect I wanted before. Got a little too much over here though, so... One thing I really like about painting for you folks is that I can experiment a little bit. Let's get some more light on this bad boy. Excuse me, water cup. Is that going to block my view? I think that's going to block my view. We'll see. Oh no, that doesn't block my view at all, actually. And that's much better lighting for you folks. There we go. Oh, I have lost the plug part of the cable for the LED light that came with my really cool hobby case that my mum got me. And I went on the Frontier Wargaming website to get a replacement the other day because I don't know if it's ever going to turn up. And they have changed the way the light is designed, so I can't get a replacement for my specific light. Yeah, I like being able to experiment with different techniques on stream for you folks. I don't feel like there's any need to do things perfectly. Oh, we've got neighbours down the road who've put all of their Christmas lights out already. They've not turned them on yet, thankfully, but like, the amount of lights, it's like something out of fucking Whoville. It really is. Been whammed already. Was so mad. On the plus side, it doesn't count until December, so you're safe. Experimentation is fun. Gets a bit dreary doing the same thing over and over ad nauseum, you know? Yeah, exactly. And it gives me an opportunity to find techniques that work for me. Hello, Hans. How you doing? Welcome on in. Yeah, it gives me an opportunity to find techniques that work for me and share them with you folks at the same time. And share the ones that haven't worked. Lovely cyborg. And a lot of these techniques are not going to work. And that's okay. Who is the evil Christmas bringer? Capitalism. Bravo. Bravo. Oh, would you believe the Pector Squigmole's still functional? Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to water the elfic flesh down and mix it with this. I think I've gone a little too dark on a lot of the face, so... Okay, I think this will be okay once we've recolored the eyes. Just go over the nose again. Oops. Oh no. Oh no, everybody. I have given the hedge pig a Hitler mustache. Oh no. Now I have to wait for it to dry. Don't cancel me. Cancel my paintbrush. There we go. The evil has been defeated. The hedgehog has been made to have a shave. Give him a bigger mustache to cover it up. Okay. To avoid me accidentally giving the hedgehog another Hitler mustache on its eyes, I'm going to use the Psycho. Clearly you haven't because you didn't use the Psycho. There we go. See? We're all on the same page here. Give him a full Dali. Yes! Dali's mustache was so impressive. So if anybody wants to put the Psycho counter up by 1, they're welcome to do so. You should all have permission to do so, for the record. Tom Selleck stash, yes.
That subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
Thank you, Tids. There we go. I think that looks alright now. Gonna use some of the dryad bark to make their mouth more pronounced. Ow! Twitter update. Twitter Blue subscriptions are getting auto-cancelled at the end of this month because, of course. It's almost like Twitter was built in a specific way for a specific reason. Bought myself a new duvet. My feet will no longer poke out the other end of the duvet. Congratulations on your cozy feet, hands. So a Charlie Chaplin impersonator. Yes, we're going to pretend that my brush slip was making the hedgehog into a Charlie Chaplin impersonator. Enjoy your dinner, Grox. I'm loving the nicknames you're coming up with for him, Modhail. They're really good. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest, frankly. Okay, so we need to we need to deal with their ears. Oh, I just realised something. Okay, so their ears are a medium brown. I refuse to respect him enough to use his government name. Nothing wrong with that. So we're looking for something that is lighter than these, but darker than that. I think we can find that, can't we? Ah, yes. You get to see the boy because he's gone to his bed to have a nap. He's being a good boy. And I'm going to have a quick drink. Mm. And a little breather before I carry on painting. I don't know why I'm really feeling it today. I mean, I know I'm tired, and I already told you why I'm feeling tired, but Topple, thank you for the hydrate. Please excuse the out of focus hedgehog whilst I'm having a little break. Oh, and a posture check and a stretch as well. Thank you very much, Torpor. I highly encourage. Oh, and thank you for the second stretch, Mod Hail. I'll do them both at the same time. Oh, you bugger. Mm. Thank you very much. Torpor ninjaed me. Oh, no, he didn't, Mod Hail. I'll explain that in a moment. Folks, if you've been sitting for a while, now is a great time for you to also have a little posture check, have a little stretch, and a little hydrate. And thank you, Hans, for the treat for me. If you've got a little treat of your own knocking about nearby, now's a good time to have a treat too. Good to know there are more union reps looking after our streamers, indeed. Thank you very much, everybody, for looking after me. I appreciate it. Okay, the treat for me will be a fizzy cola bottle. Thank you very much, Hans. And thank you again to Inquisitor Grox for providing the bag of treats that I'm using. So, Modhail. The person that tweeted about Daniel Radcliffe's Twitter getting suspended, then commented underneath that, saying the fact that people are liking and retweeting this when Daniel Radcliffe never had a Twitter account in the first place shows just how bad of a state Twitter is in right now. So that was a parody thing that was done to illustrate the point of how bad Twitter's gotten recently. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe never had a Twitter account in the first place. Agreed. Beastie Boys music videos. Oh, very good. Oh, keep your fingers crossed for me, folks. This afternoon, I applied to become a Hero Forge affiliate. It can take up to 40 days for them to respond to your application, if they respond. But I think that'd be a really nice affiliateship to have. Oh, thank you, Model. I think that'd be a really nice affiliate thing to have on this channel, because we've had so many situations where, you know, people have been making Hero Forge minis during the streams, and we've talked about it, and I've painted Hero Forge minis on stream before. So it feels like a good fit. And I'm also I've got my eye on a couple of minis that I want to get printed through them. Because we have a 3D printer, but it's a resin printer, and I'm not sure how well it would cope with the plastic. Well, it's not plastic, but like the minis that Hero Forge produce are designed to be printed in plastic rather than in resin, so I don't know if it'd work. And it's a fairly old printer, because we've had it for a couple of years and been unable to use it. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting a couple more Hero Forge minis printed. but the shipping is very expensive. Kian has a Hero Forge addiction. I mean, that's fair. Hero Forge is really good. I think that's perfect. So we're going to have to go over everything with a wash at some point anyway. I don't see the point in doing the rest of the fur, for want of a better description, until the ears are done. Because then we can do all of the wash at the same time. Because it's all getting the same wash. What I do want to try and do, though, is blend these together a bit. That's not the way to do that. That's way too much paint. There we go. If you can print it in FDM, you'll be fine in resin. FDM? I'm afraid you're going to have to spell that one out for me. Hedgehogs are such cute creatures. They really are. That's kind of why I wanted to paint this little friend from this box set before anything else. Even though there's a raccoon in there. The happiness song. Yeah, I love this song. Like, as much as the kind of theme of this channel is very cyberpunk, I think this tune fits the vibe of the channel really well. At least I hope it does. I think if I use a little bit of the dryad bark on its own as like a trim colour on the edges of the ears, that will look quite nice. Oh dear. You see the state of this brush. It has not survived the move particularly well. We're all hobbits at heart, yes we are. Yes, exactly, Tids. And they're some of my favourite part of cyberpunk settings as well. Now I want a second breakfast. There are a lot of animal associations within our wider community, aren't there, Cyborg? I mean, you've got Longfang as well, who's got bears. And Hibby. Almost like we're a bunch of queers or something. I know, how weird is that? Related, but also going back to the Hero Forge thing for a minute. One of the minis that I'm planning on getting is a miniature version of my avatar. Wow, that was a tonal whiplash a little bit. Wait, you're gay? I mean, yeah. And, even those of us that aren't LGBTQIA are allies. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be here, would you? I think we've got a wonderful little community here. And I'm very, very pleased to be a part of it. I really am. God, I've not listened to this in ages. I love Weird Al. I really need to watch the Weird Al movie. But that means signing up to Roku when I'm lazy. I need a wash. I don't need a shower. I had a shower yesterday. But I need an ink wash. There we go. If you feel it, it's hands. Hey, it was not too lewd. It's fine. We've got Tids here. Tids is always being lewd. Yes, he did, Tids, and that made me very happy. Weird Al is a absolute legend. I mean, you only have to listen to or look at the lyrics for Don't Download This Song. Erilyn, thank you very much for the treat for Porthos. He woke up at the sound of his name, but he doesn't look like he wants to move. Maybe that will change in a moment when he realises I'm holding the treat jar. Oh, we got movement. Are you ready, buddy? And catch it. Ready? Go on then. Yeah, close enough. I hope you're well today, Aaron. Oh, he looks so confused, bless him. Hey, buddy. Okay. Wash. Wash. That's what we're going to do. I'm worried strong tone might be, no pun intended, a little too strong. I'm going to give it a shake. I remember when closing time was on a certain piece of software which could be used to obtain things, shall we say. Definitely not in the least bit suspicious or illegal. Listed as a Green Day song. And every single time you downloaded that Green Day song, it was just that song. Which was better than what it could have been, which was President Bush trying to dig himself out of a hole. Is there a safe out of the way spot to try the strong tone before a general application? Not really. I mean, maybe on the tummy at the bottom there, where we could get away with it being too dark as well, because we can go, oh, it's a shadow. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put it on my hand first. Okay. That goes on quite light, actually. Okay. Oh, but it's one of those tacky ones. This is probably going to come out shiny. Some washes are great because they don't actually come out shiny, but others are just a bit rough. Yeah, that looks alright, I think. Hang on. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. A paint testing palette. Skin. Oh, a great testing palette, yes. What were we, as artists, given skin for, if not to test paint on it? I'm being very, very careful because I'm really worried about, like, putting too much on, like I did there. Why would they make soap crayons if not for skin? Exactly! Oh, another Twitter thing for those on Twitter. I retweeted a thing from Wholesome Games about the Kickstarter for the follow-up to Sniff Adventure. It's actually on Kickstarter at the moment. I can't remember what it's called though. But yeah, it's not coming out for a while because it's still on Kickstarter. Hello, Sophia. How are you doing? Well, if it isn't our favourite tabletop game of War Hamster. War Hedgehog? Hello, Sinister. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to be really careful with my application of the wash on the face, because I actually don't want it all over the place up here. I want it on the ears. I want it fairly liberally on the ears as well. I want it on the neck and the underside of the face. The chin, for want of a better description, I guess. We want a little bit here. And I've put a little bit down the centre here. We're going to put a little bit under the brows, above the eyes. Just to give our little friend's face a bit of depth. A little bit there, and do we need any more? Maybe a little more up here. We want that to be nice and deep. There you go. I think that will do just nice. Maybe a little bit here. Yeah, a little bit here just to pick out those bits of fluff at the side there. And don't put the brush in your mouth to fix the bristles until you've washed it, because it's got fucking ink on it and ink tastes bad. I remembered. Oh no, Kian. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's it, I'm watching Transformers the movie tomorrow, and I do not blame you in the slightest. Damn good movie. Anyone ever buy 40k figurines from Joy Toy? Because they're a little more the size I'm interested in. I've heard the name, but I've never purchased anything from it. Don't know if maybe Slow has at some point, and that's why I recognise the name. I put a little bit more there because it doesn't feel like it's really taken any of the ink. That's better. I'm actually going to use Null Oil for the darker spines. This is a tune I've not heard in a long time. I'm also going to put a little bit of Null in here, just to really enhance the shadows in the sleeves. If it will take. That's the best I can do on that one, but that one looks nice. It's like trying to do eye makeup. That'll do. Hello, Soup. How you doing?
Hello there.
Hero Forge allows you to make raven-headed, bare-bodied heroes. Yes, it does. Yeah. Actually, I think I've still got it open. Let me. This one. Oh no, I closed it. Curses. Oh, I closed it because the website's a bit intense when I'm also streaming. I remember now. I'm going to get your folks' opinion on this when it loads. If I can. There we go. I'm in a grump, but I'm here to watch Hobby Tan paint Mrs. Tiggy Winkle summons the devil. Bravo! That one really got me. I'm sorry to hear you're in a grump, though. I hope that the stream can alleviate your mood somewhat. Okay. I think we're getting there. That's just work rubbish. Oh, bless you, Soup. No, you were having a bit of a tough time of it the other day as well, with work stuff, and I really do hope that it improves for you soon. Work bullshit is the absolute worst, in my opinion. Because it's one of those things where you can't even really walk away from it. I should probably just get some fresh Pepto-Squigmol instead of trying to use this, but I don't want to waste it. I am going to have to use the Psycho, though. Because otherwise I'm going to get paint everywhere where it's not supposed to be.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it.
D-Mac! Hello, my friend. How are you doing? There is no D-Mac, only Ratma. Hail Ratma. Ooh. We were creating some D-Mac lore in Zan's stream. It's a good thing he wasn't around to shout at us. Really? Oh, I missed all the fun today, it seems. Hmm. This is the Papini sisters. I thought it was. Thank you for doing that shout out there, D. Who put the Papini sisters in? Not that I have a problem with it. They're a group that I listened to a lot while I was writing stuff for the Fallout RP I was doing. Oh, this has gone really funky. I really don't want to waste all this paint, but it's got little clumps in it, and they are not going away. I thought as much. Oh. Thank you for the treat for me, D-Mac. But before I do anything else... it's not taken everywhere. Fuck. Okay. The treat for me will be a strawberries and cream dot. Thank you very much, Day. You're a pain in the arse is what you are. Wouldn't have you any other way, though. Oh, God, of course. I know what it is now. Like, when you changed your name, I thought I'd got every single little thing I needed to do in Firebot. But no. I forgot the most important part. And yes, I'm totally going to fix it now because it's going to bug me otherwise. Um... There we go. Well, this is good practice for next time you change your username. There we go. Oh, guess what? Porthos has moved, so now you're stuck with me instead. Aren't you lucky? Oh, you lot are fab. Okay, so what are we doing with you, little hedge pig? What are we doing with you? That's what we were doing. I remember now. Need to add a Necronomicon. Second, Carly Rae Jepsen's Song of the Night. This one isn't my fault. Thank you for the shout out to the non-existent account there. They actually no, they must be an actual account, otherwise it wouldn't do that, I don't think. Hello, Steen. How you doing? Welcome on in. I'm keeping all right, thanks, Steen. Okay. This is where it's getting a bit difficult. Ooh. Trying really hard not to get it in the wrong places. And I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but this is one of those sort of awkward angle type things where I can't make sure that we all see it at the same time. I'm doing the beads. There we go. I think that's all of them. Can I submit a pixel art idea? Oh! Hello, Wombat! How you doing? Not seen you in a while. Hope you are settled in the true north now. As settled as we're going to be for a while, yes, thank you very much. I hope you're keeping well. I had never thought about taking pixel art submissions, but yeah, go for it. That's certainly a mental image. Wow, that's fucking cursed, D. I'll think about it. Yeah, fair enough, Wombat. Okay. Nope. Spotted another bit. Right then. Trying to remember how I did these. I think I did the ink wash last. So we want yeah. I'm gonna use a little bit of white scar to put a highlight on them. Thanks, Cyborg. Oops. Oh no. That one is oozing. PSA, if your dropper bottle is oozing, you may want to seek medical attention. Fixed it. Ooze like in Ninja Turtles, yes. Exactly like that. And good choice for the jukebox there, Dee. That's too much. I'm seeing a bit of a theme here, Dee. Have you perhaps been playing more Signalis? Spotted another bit that didn't get caught by the pink. There we go. Well played, Tids. Oh, I've got a like a works Christmas do coming up in a few weeks. It's in December, but it's at a really fancy place, and I don't know if I've got a dress fancy for it because I'm not sure I fit in my suit anymore. I mean, the cravat still fits, obviously. Mm-hmm. It is indeed, Dee. Oh, Slow's not coming with me. We don't work together, so he doesn't get to come. We don't get to go to fancy places. Probably going to end up in NQ64. I mean, NQ64 is fucking cool, so I'm not seeing an issue there. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise to me as well. Like I was, especially with there being so few of us in this general area, I was expecting it to be something considerably less upmarket, shall we say.
Hello there.
Hello, Hulu. How you doing? So the ink wash I'm using for the beads is Green Stuff World's Quartz Magenta Candy Ink, which has a very pretty sheen to it. You're not really supposed to apply washes with detail brush, which is what I'm doing right now. But especially with how confined the area is, I'd rather have the control, for want of a better description. Yeah. Still sick as frick. Oh, bless you, Hulu. I hope you feel better soon. Hello, Halo. How you doing? Happy time zone. Okay, I've gone a bit overboard with the ink. Little tiny bit overboard. We can fix that. Just working and killing time with you fine folks. Well, thank you so much for joining our little lurkers lounge while you're working. I really do appreciate that. A little bit of pink on their paw there. I'll deal with that later. It's better. Oh. Oh, Kian, you do not need to apologise, sweetheart. Before I do anything else.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Has it killed it on here as well? No, it hasn't. Hello. You never need to apologise in this chat when you've got things going on and you've come here to chill out and just, you know, vibe for a bit. Ah, we've got Echo. Oh. Plus down. Why we got Echo? Do we still have Echo? Oh no, I've got Steen's curse. Still got Echo. Well, that's problematic. Sure, dude, sure. That's very strange. Can you hear me at all now? Can I take that as a no? Bit of crackle. That's really odd. Okay, actually the crackle might be this. Am I still crackly? Bring back the reverb. Oh, that's really weird. Huh. Well. Bollocks to that scene then. Something's gone horribly wrong there for no apparent reason. There aren't 2 copies of my microphone, so I'll just do it from here. It just means that you've got to deal with the blurry cam. OBS! Actually, I think I might know what's caused it. And I'm not sure if there's a way I can fix it with the way my setup is now. I'll figure it out. So, what was I saying? That's right. If you're here and you're having a rough time of it for whatever reason, but you've come along so that you can just chill out and... Sounds like your voice is coming all the way from Scotland. Is it still echoey? It best fucking not be. I'll be devastated if OBS has just decided to shit itself. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, and you're just here and you're chilling out and you're vibing and you're not chatting much. Oh, fuck off, D. Don't start that shit. Trying to, like, give a heartfelt speech here. David the Instigator. Yeah, that's about right, yeah. Right. Fuck's sake. Right. Let me try that again. Gits. Lot of you. If you're having a tough time, if you're not feeling well, anything like that, you're not feeling very talkative, that's fine. You never need to apologise. Ever. The fact that you're here when you're having a bad time of it is so humbling to me. Because, you know, you could be anywhere. You could be, frankly, you could be hiding in a blanket fort away from the rest of the world. But no, you've chosen to be here and to chill out here and to escape your woes here. And I appreciate that. So never, ever apologise for being a little bit more quiet than usual, for not being as responsive. You don't have to be. It's perfectly valid and perfectly accepted and just as appreciated when you lurk. And when you don't chat as much as you would normally. Your presence is enough. Silent or otherwise. And I would have loved to have done that properly and been able to like look you in the eyes, as it were, on the just chatting screen. But the just chatting screen hates me tonight. So you got out of focus Hedgehog and me in the corner. Professional streamer. Right, let's get this hedgehog painted. Right. We've actually not got much left to do on this little friend either. Technology hates us all. Yes, it does. Like, being a streamer is... Everyone thinks it's all about being charismatic and being entertaining. No, it's about fighting with technology and hoping for the best. It's about defying the robot overlords. And keeping it together when your mods are pretending that they can't hear you. Buggers. Charismatic, entertaining. Fuck. See, here's the thing, D. You are both charismatic and entertaining. You just don't think you are. Or you're fishing for compliments. Fucking road bristles on this brush are really annoying me. I don't have any good fishing emotes for this. Yeah. Nice one, Mudhell. I think Soup still wins the wooden spoon for best joke for the evening. Well played, D. Well played. Because seriously, Miss Tiggy Winkle summons the devil is just going to live rent free in my head for the rest of my days. Pretend Slate is a fish. Oh, I fucking needed this today. You folks are way cheaper than therapy. Seriously though, it's been a long few days. I needed a laugh or two, and you have provided me with many. Thank you, everyone. Miss Tiggy Winkle played by Sam Neill in this scenario. Yes. Yes. Sam Neill in a dyed Sonic the Hedgehog hat dubbed over. Oh my god. I don't know whether to be horrified or impressed with that mental image. Maybe a bit of both. Okay, no, that one's horrifying. Like it wouldn't fit. It'd be up to his fucking crotch, but there wouldn't be enough leg. The whole thing just no, you're stalling my brain. Damn it! Why do you do this to me? Why do you inflict these mental images on me? It's utterly cursed. Mmm. This keeps me up all night and watching her Event Horizon again. Yeah, that's fair. Thank you, Cyborg. In the Mouth of Madness is a great fucking film. Really, really good film. Like, I would say that I'm a big John Carpenter fan, but it's a really good film. Doesn't get enough love. There is again. Shit, you do as well, don't you? Oh, on a related note, has anybody read or listened to Garth Marenghi's Terror Tome yet? I've got it, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've been listening to American Psycho in my downtime. Wicked Cyborg. And yep, it's out. Owned but not listened. Fair enough. It was next month. Yeah, I kept having that thought, and then I was reminded that it was out this month, and that we're actually in November, and I was just like, oh yeah, we're in November. Like, taking a month off from streaming to move house has really screwed with my concept of time. Oh god, we're in November! Yeah, that was exactly what I said too. Trying to get all the different bits of the shell without getting paint all over the hedgehog is difficult. It's fine, it's only 6 weeks till Christmas. Oh god, it's only 6 weeks till Christmas. I mean, not that I need to worry about that this year. Because of everything that's gone off, we're not getting anyone any Christmas presents this year. Because we just can't afford to. Need to save our money. Which kind of sucks because I had a really cool idea for a Christmas present for somebody. But it's gonna have to wait till next year, I guess. Okay, I think that's the base coat for the shell done now. Can't see anywhere else where it needs it. I'm going to pop them down for a second. I'm going to take a quick breather before we go on to the next bit. I'm also going to clean my paintbrush. I bought herself a download Tory camping tickets with my card for her Christmas, and I'll be damned if I spend a penny more. That's fair. Camping tickets, like the posh camping tickets, which I'm guessing is what you're referring to there, or glamping or whatever they fucking call it, they're really expensive. Like, just the basic download tickets are fucking horrendous. Me and my mum, because we lived about an hour away from where download is. 4 of them, fucking hell. Ooh, that's rough day. Please tell me at least one of those tickets is for you. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have a little breather before I go back to painting. Just have a quick drink and quick chat, as it were. That's fair. But also, ouch, that's a lot of money. Yeah, because we lived so close to download, we only camped once, and that was because it was my 16th birthday. So it was a special occasion. It was a really good year. But we always just drove up and down over the course of the weekend. Because it was just cheaper. Because we looked at the glamping tickets once, and we're just like, nope, nope. But you know what? If we feel the need to camp, we'll just go for the cheap camping tickets because we can rough it. That's fine. Well, I hope she has a lovely time. But damn. I used to love going to download. It's less my cup of tea these days. Mostly because, you know, achy joints, etc. And it's a lot of effort, and the bands are great though. Okay. Okay. So I think we leave the shelf for a little bit and figure out what colour to paint the headdress. I'm thinking blue. What do you folks think? Hey, Brett! Not seen you in a while, how you doing? Oh, that's neat, Kian. Yeah, probably like a sky blue. Or could do like a royal blue with flecks of green in it. Sort of peacock feathery, but not. I mean, they're supposed to be leaves, so I guess green would be the sensible option. But where's the fun in that? Unless... Hmm. Could go for a couple of different greens and give it a lot of oomph instead of just very flat leaves. Haunted demonic ships would just be another day at the office. Love it. Green base, blue top. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll go angel green as the base. And very watery Vallejo paint. I finally found a use for you. And we'll go with some deep sky blue. The top coat. That one's plugged. Not anymore. Ah, we're definitely into my music now. Oh, that's a bad thing. I like my music. I'm not even going to try and say that, Hulu. But I wouldn't say suffer is the correct word for seeing it. Mm. Actually, we've got too much paint there, so let's take some of that off. Nope, too much. Actually, it was quite nice in green. I feel a little bit ashamed for going, nah, green's boring. Green's the colour of all leaves. Meh. Now, because it actually looks quite nice with the beads. If it wasn't for the fact that I saw that Torpor put this in the jukebox, I'd think it was still my music. Thank you for popping a tune in the jukebox, Torpor. Oh, really, Cyborg? Hey, buddy. Sorry, Porthos is rolling around on the floor next to my chair. Wanted to give him some scritches quickly. And he spin. Oh! Oh, buddy! I don't know what he hit his head on then, but I heard it. Thank you, Cyborg. Modhell, thank you very much for the treat for Porthos. And the treat
Get
for me.
nice and moist for me, won't you?
Bread, thank you for the treat for Porthos. And Modhell, thank you very much for the stretch, the posture check, and the hydrate, which I will do after the treats have been doled out. You ready, buddy? He's laser focused on that treat. Benji Donna, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a great evening or day, depending on where you are. Right, the treat for me will be a malformed pacifier. There is no hole in it. Thank you very much, Model. And while I'm eating that, I will do the stretch and the posture check, and then I will do the hydrate afterwards. An holy pacifier. There we go. Hydrate. That was it. Thank you. There we go. This one's plugged as well. Do we have another unplugger? No, we don't. So I need to clean this one. Ah, you're in Sweden. Well, hello from Scotland to you in Sweden. Oh no, we've got another spewer. we've some very explosive paints tonight. Oof. I am not a big fan of this particular paint. Oh yeah, I live in Scotland now, Bread. A little under a month ago. Warning, paint may be doing a splash. On the plus side, none of you are in the splash zone, it's just me in the splash zone. Even paints need to decompress coming from England to Scotland. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Definitely, Brad. I mean, I'm not in a position to do things like that at the moment. I'm broke. But when things have leveled out a bit, definitely. Oh no, that's way too much. Still too much. Still too much. Okay. So the reason I'm not a big fan of this stuff is because it's really watery, but it's also very pigmented. So I'm going to use the dry brush again and hope this works. Oh, actually that works really well. Yes! Success! Well, to be fair, Brad, I had no choice because I wasn't living with somebody else. I mean, other than Slow, who has come with me. It was our house and we sold it. So, if I'd have left anything behind, it would have been gone. So everything had to come with. It was an ordeal. We still haven't found everything. There's still a load of stuff in boxes. Okay, this was a good idea. I like this. I'm just waiting for that leaf that I repainted to dry off a bit so that I can put a little bit of blue on it. No, I haven't, Mod Hell, but I've not had time to look. Rooting through boxes is going to be a weekend thing, I think, for the foreseeable. But I've no idea which box they've ended up in. It's got to be one that me and Slow have packed, because I put them in a box. Which narrows it down a fair bit. But not enough. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this paint, but this is working out nicely. Yeah, I like that. I like that. What do you think, folks? Just a little hint of sky blue on the edges. Thank you. And thank you, Mod Hell. I hope I find them soon too. Okay. You know what that means? Looks fab as usual. Oh, Torpor, bless you. Thank you very much. I genuinely mean that. Like, it may not have sounded like it for a second there, but I genuinely mean that. I don't rate my own painting particularly highly. So when people say things like that, I do really appreciate it. This is what happens when you surround yourself with heavy metal quality painters, isn't it? Okay. Oh, they've got little bracelets on as well. We need to paint the bracelets as well. Oh, thank you, Mod Hell. So, left to do is decorating the shell, frankly, and finishing that off. I want to put a little bit of UV resin on their eyes to make their eyes shiny. Probably their nose as well, make their nose nice and shiny. I might have some varnish somewhere, actually. And then we'll put a little bit of, I've got some, like, thank you, Brett. I've got some basing materials from Rival Crafts, Rival Scenics, depending on what you know them as. Put some of that on the bottom. Okay. So I wanted to use some pearlescent paint on the shell and make it look kind of ethereal. But all my pearlescent paints are over on the paint rack. So I will be right back. In fact, I'm going to put us to the BRB screen. And take the opportunity to have a proper break and walk and a stretch and things. And I recommend you all do the same as well, because it's important that we take care of our meat mechas. So I'll be back with you as soon as I can. So don't go anywhere other than maybe for a little stretch and a little walkabout. Okie dokie. I'm back. Whew. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I picked off of the shelf the Martian Green Stuff World Color Shift Metal. It's going to be really interesting to see how this applies to a pale base, because I've only ever applied these to a dark base. I actually haven't used this one yet, so it's still sealed. Fun fact for anyone that decides to pick these up, the bottles are actually sealed. Like, you have to puncture them to get them open. I have an old broken drill bit that I normally use, if I can find it. Here it is. I put it in my blue tack so I wouldn't lose it. Well done, Past Hobbs. Just get the blue tack off of it. Don't want that contaminating the paint. Drill bit. See if it'll go in. Excuse me, I'm just going to do a bit of violence. There we go. Now I've got to get it out again. There we go. Got a little bit of paint on there, so that should be... there we go. Sorted. Bit of percussive maintenance. Always hopeful. Okay. Yeah, so I've never ever used these on a light base before. The closest I've got is one of my Night Lords has one of these paints on, but dark blue base, so this is either going to work or it's not, we'll see. I don't know if the colour shift in them actually doesn't work at all if you use a light base, so that's going to be something to find out too. I mean, even if it doesn't do the colour shift thing, this looks quite pretty like this. Wanna play, Porthos? Yeah. Hey. Okay, Porthos wants to play, but he doesn't want to play. He's being very specific about what he wants right now. And you're probably going to hear some squeaky toy noises in the background. I quite like that. It's not quite what I was aiming for, but kind of nice. Looks like the colour shift does only work on dark colours, though. We have learnt something today. Porthos wants attention. He does, but he always wants attention. He just finds different ways of getting it, usually. Oh, thank you for the treat for Porthos. I'll give that to him in a moment. Oh no, that was a mistake. So I have two identical blues by two different companies. Identical colour-wise, at any rate. Void Shield Blue and Deep Sky Blue. Void Shield Blue, on the other hand, bit thicker. So, better for what I'm trying to do here. Thank you for the treat for P. Topo. Porthos. Ready? Go get it. Treat delivered. So I'm just using the Void Shield Blue to deal with the liquid drips on the side of this shell. Also gonna use it for the contents of the shell. And I'm deliberately not waiting until the colour shift has dried so that they can sort of blend with each other a little bit in places. There we go. Nothing fancy, but it looks quite nice, I think. Okie dokie, mod hell. Make sure you put the right bin out. Unlike some silly people. Oh, I've got to get that bin in, actually. Never ending story. Lovely. Okay. I'm happy with that. What colour shall we do the bracelets? Should we just do them blue? Squeak, it's the left bin, I think. Oh boy. Thank you for making me feel better about my own earlier mistakes. Actually, you know what? Let's go. I'm just going to take a moment to say how proud of myself I am that I'm doing this with the detail brush, not with the Psycho. I feel like I've really grown as a painter. I need to see if our local council's got one of those, mod hell. It will really help me out. Hmm. This is either going to be amazing or terrible. I like it. Pink and blue bracelets. Let's get the light where it's supposed to be. There you go. You know, I've just realised something. Our little hedge friend here is dressed in white, pink, and pale blue. I've done it again. Trans Pride Hedge Pig. I was just like, yeah, sky blue seems like the perfect thing to put with pink and white. I don't know why. It just feels so right. Like, you'd think I'd have noticed it on the palette as well, but I just didn't. I have no memory of this colour scheme. Yeah, I like this. I think they look really nice. I'm quite happy with them. Now, I couldn't find my little pot of varnish. I don't think it's in here either. I think I may have thrown it out before I moved. It was quite old, to be fair. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the Psycho again. And you'll see why in a moment, I'm sure. A little less. That's better. Now their eyes aren't quite so flat. And they've got a little bit of shine on their nose too. Too much shine on their nose though. Too much again. But I got the eyes perfect for a change, but now the nose eludes me. Oh, I will do, don't worry, Torpo. It is my MO to take photos once I'm done. There we go, that's better. It's really, really difficult to get just the right amount of like shine marks on the nose. But I think that will do nicely. I'm gonna put a bit of colour shift on top of the the liquid in the top of the shell. Not over all of it, just a little bit. There. Just to give it a bit of depth and pooling. Quick, easy, little bit lazy, yeah, sure, but it looks fine. Really, it's not the shell we're interested in all this, is it? It's our little hedge pig friend here. What I am going to do though, because one of their hands is not particularly well formed, I'm just going to paint some shading. Oh, neither of them are particularly well formed. Painting some shading into the fingers, just to give them a bit more depth than they currently have. It's not something people are going to see very much of, but I spotted it, so I'll know. And I can't do that. Okay, I think we're good. So, all that's left to do on this little friend is give them some nice stuff on their base, and then they are done. You know it's there, so it's objectively unbearable. Oh, that's great news, Kian. I'm glad to hear they've calmed down a little bit. Hopefully you can have a reasonably relaxed night now. Okay. So, I was going to put a little bit of UV resin on their eyes and nose as well. Now, I don't want to put that on the wet palette paper as much as the wet palette paper's buggered anyway. What I will use is, got a little bit of baking paper here. I don't know why it's here. I don't know what purpose it served in my hobbying kit, but I'll put a little bit of baking paper down. And I've got, it's Green Stuff World, again, UV resin. I basically put in a big order of stuff from Green Stuff World and picked up a couple of things that I'd never used before but wanted to try. And this was one of them. A little bit of UV resin on the baking paper. See? Now this is UV reactive, so it requires UV light to cure. I do have a UV torch, but due to something getting broken whilst I was moving house, I also now have this, which I'll put up to the camera, or I could put up to this camera. This is a resin repair kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick, because I don't want to get UV resin on my paintbrushes. Take a little bit of the UV resin on the toothpick, and I'm going to boop the snoot and both the eyes. I got a little too much on that eye, like around the eye, so I'm going to try and remove that. Also going to put some on the water. So that the water keeps its shine. And then, with my little UV fix kit, so there's UV resin in there. And you take the cap off and you squeeze it into whatever it is that needs UV resin. And then you turn it round and you flick this little switch and you cure it. It's quite natty, isn't it? Yeah, it was about £6 as well, so it wasn't very expensive for what it is. And I've successfully repaired the thing that got broken. I've got plenty of resin left in here that I can use for hobby projects and stuff. But this is a lot easier to use on stream than the UV torch that I've got. And it takes about 6 seconds, give or take, to cure UV resin with this, apparently. I can smell it. I can smell it just sort of wafting up to me. It's not a very pleasant smell, resin, in my opinion. Okay, that should be enough. And as long as we don't... Oh, I popped it out. I didn't know you could do that. Frankenstein, hello. Thank you so much for being subscribed for 7 months. Fucking hell. I hope you're doing well today.
FRNKNSTN has been a sub for 7 months. Very naughty.
Okay, let's pop that there. We're gonna put a little bit of... Oh, that's completely dry now. The dryad bark explosion from earlier has now dried enough that I can just sort of peel it off. So that's that sorted. Let's squeeze a little tiny bit of dryad bark out onto the palette. And then we'll get the detail brush, not the Psycho. And we're just gonna paint over where we've got like bright paint that has escaped its confines, as it were. That should be all right. Thank you for the treat for Chivitan as well, Frankenstein. Much appreciated. Sure, our little panda friend, trash panda friend, enjoyed that. Where did I put the lid for this? Ah, there it is. We can put the lid back on now. It's not all covered in crap. There we go. Okay, the final step, and then it is done. So all we've got to do is I've got some Army Painter basing glue, which is just PVA glue. You can just get PVA glue. This came with a basing kit. I needed something that was in the basing kit, and the only way I could get that one thing, because it was out of stock on its own, was to buy the fucking basing kit. But it was at a time when I'd got the money to be able to just go, oh, I'll buy an entire stupidly expensive basing kit for the one thing that I actually need out of it. But it got me some extra glue, so I can't complain, can I? So a little bit of PVA glue. And another toothpick, because I don't really want to use the one that's had resin all over it, because I don't know how that will react with the glue. Get some PVA on the toothpick. Spread it around the base, making sure to get in all the nooks and crannies as well. You can do this with a brush as well if you've got a brush you don't mind getting glue all over, or if you know you're gonna clean it quickly. But frankly, I'm probably going to go straight to bed after this stream, so I'm not going to do that tonight. I don't mind if I get it on the feet and sort of around the base of stuff that's attached to the base. Want of a less clumsy way of saying it. But I want to try and avoid getting it too far up the miniature. Because what we're going to do is we're going to cover all of this in dirt. There's no other way to say it, because that's exactly what it is. It's dirt. I might put some flowers in it as well when we're done, but they're buried in a box at the moment. So what I've got here is the forest floor basing stuff from Rival Scenics, and you can see it's not just dirt, there's like little bits of moss and stuff in there too. So it's basically the fancy version of the sort of basing dirt you'd get from GW. And I'm gonna pop our little friend in the lid. And this is going to be out of focus, unfortunately, because it's just the easiest way for me to do it. And I'm going to sprinkle the dirt over the top of the mini. And I've stuck the lid to my painting handle so that I can turn it without interacting with the mini too
Get
much.
nice and moist for me, won't you?
Hello, ma'am. Weren't expecting to see you tonight. How you doing? Was it you that asked for the hydrate as well? It was. Thank you very much for the hydrate.
Calcifer has been a sub for 30 months. Very
I'll
naughty.
deal with that in a minute. Thank you very much for the resub, ma'am. How many months was that? 30? Fucking hell. Thank you very much, ma'am. So I'm actually just going to pile it up on top of the sort of train of the kimono so that we can make sure that we get all of it. It should only stick where there's glue, so in theory. We've got a little bit that's not been caught behind the shell, so yeah. I'm now terrified that this poor little hedge pig's just going to be covered in dirt, and I'm not going to be able to get any of it off, but we'll see. So the reason I decided to do it in the lid is so that I could do this. So I've just removed them. And now I can tip all that excess back into the pot without losing any of it. A very big new TV. Congratulations, ma'am, I think. I think that's a congratulations thing. Right. This poor little bugger is covered in shit. They literally look like they've been dragged through edge backwards. So, I'm going to get one of my softest brushes, which is a Citadel wash brush, believe it or not. I'm going to gently brush all the stuff off of their shoulders, out of their eyes. Tip them on their side and tip the dirt out. We'll brush it off of their clothes as well. Get it out of the resin. Thankfully, the resin had cured just enough that it's not stuck to any of the resin. Otherwise, that would have been devastating. And now, I've tipped them on the side again. I've got the tub underneath the camera, you can't see it, and I'm just going to give them a few taps. And now, I'm going to do the worst bit. Hang on. There we go, my little friend. Not a very fancy base, but it doesn't have to be. Really, we want the miniature to be the focus here anyway, because it's a lovely little mini. Very, very pretty. That bit there is really bugging me. There we go. It's better. There we go. So what I'll probably do is put some little adhesive flowers here before I take a picture. I'm not going to do that on stream because I've got to find the flowers first. But I might even use the Rival Scenics ones I've got, if I can find them. But yeah, other than just some additional trimmings, I think that's our little friend here done. How are we feeling, folks? What do we think? I got dirt all over my lap. Happy Hedgie. I'm glad you all think that they look nice. I am pleased. I tried so hard not to get it everywhere, didn't I, Porthos? And I failed. Failed. This is cute. Thank you, Torpor. Oof. Okie dokie. Ooh. I think that is a good place to end the stream. I don't see the point in starting another miniature just yet. I haven't decided what I want to paint next anyway. I don't think I'm going to do another Humblewood one yet. I think I want to do something else, and then I'll come back and do another Humblewood one. And, you know, we'll try some of the different stuff that I've got on the shelf. Because I know I was very squig focused before I went on hiatus. And I've got so many other wonderful things that I can show you folks. You know, a tan cannot live by squigs alone, believe it or not. I will do, Torpor, don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. This has been a very, very nice stream. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves too. Let us see if anybody entered the giveaway today. Nobody entered the giveaway, so I'll just leave that for now. Oh, Hans, thank you very much for the treat for me. Mum, thank you very much for the treat for Porthos. He's out of line of sight of both cameras at the minute, so I'm just going to give it to him. Treat for me is a meerkat. Thank you. And thank you, Agent Sinister, for guiding the raid. Thank you everyone for coming along today. It's been lovely to have you here. I've had a fantastic time and I'm really pleased that we finished a miniature. Second painting stream since I got to Scotland. First miniature finished. Good start. Let's hope we can carry this on. More successes in the future. Just waiting for my stream deck to actually load. Please hold. There we go. So, courtesy of Agent Sinister, we're going to be raiding Primbles tonight. Primeby is a wonderful member of this community, one of my mods as well. The sweetest mouse you will ever have the joy of interacting with. Very, very smart being as well. So, I'll be back on Friday. I have some ideas what we might be playing, but I'll see how I feel on the day. Hopefully I'll see you all then. But as always, until I do see you next, I want you to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, wash your fucking hands, and have a great rest of your week, everybody. However you're spending it. Now go say hi to Prime before me. I've got to go get some dinner in me. Bye bye.